I'm going to put you on a spot here, Coach Wendy. We just got the July-August 2022 edition of Triathlete Magazine. I got that. It's 40 years of triathlon featured inside. USA Triathlon Magazine, USA Tri. And in it, they've got three different sample training workouts based on Sprint to Olympic, Olympic to 70.3, and 70.3 to Ironman races, and some training guidelines. We offer a free sprint triathlon program for anybody on endurancehour.com. It's a free download, but we also have every other program you can think of from beginner to intermediate at all levels on Training Peaks. If you type in Wendy Mader or Coach Wendy Mader, you'll find that on Training Peaks. All our plans are there. And what makes ours different is that we have video coaching incorporated into the plan as part of it before every major training block and sometimes every week of training. So with the sprint triathlon plan that we have for free on endurancehour.com, Wendy, how many hours a week does a person need to train or need to have available to train to do a sprint?
Generally, 3 to 4 hours.
That's it.
Even starting if you're following like an 8-week to 12-week progression, starting, at 2 hours a week, where you're doing 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes a day, or 20 to 30 minutes 3 to 4 days a week, depending on your fitness level starting the program, depending on your background, if you have a background in swimming, cycling, or running. But our sprint plan is in that 3 to 4 hour per week range. Before you move on, I don't want to forget this. When I used to get all these magazines, I have a stack of them. I have them from like the last 20 years. And I was going through them this weekend. I used to cut out workouts from a magazine like USA Triathlon. Runner's World was pretty popular back then. And I would see a workout and be like, ooh, that looks like fun. I'm going to cut it out and put it in a scrapbook. And then I would collect all these workouts in my scrapbook and I would do them. And that was my training plan back when I started 30 years ago.
Well, wasn't that kind of the foundation or the idea behind your, was it 101 swim workouts made easy that we have as well?
Yes.
That
exactly.
You keep track of all these swim workouts you've done over the years. And I have a swim baggie down in the basement in my Ziploc bag. I have a bin that has swim equipment, bike equipment, and so on. And I have a baggie there that has note cards of swim workouts that I would just collect, or you put them in the baggie and you put them on the swim deck and you can look at, okay, I'm doing this set next. Okay, cool. But I just kept them, and then it's like a big stack. So that was like all these note cards, this scrapbook of swim workouts that kind of inspired this plan that you created.
Yeah, it was fun.
So this inside the magazine here, and I won't get to the Olympic to half and half to the full plan, but they say Sprint to Olympic requires 7 to 10 hours per week. And they say to be successful at Olympic distance racing, you're looking at 7 to 10 hours. It looks like 2 swims, 3 runs, 3 rides, and some of these being brick sessions. As a guideline, be comfortable swimming between 2,000 and 2,500 yards within a session, riding well over the Olympic distance of cycling. They say at least 40 miles, even though it's 40K, and managing a long run of 8 miles, which could include a walk-run strategy. And they also give a couple sample workouts of the swim, bike, and run. Olympic to 70.3, 10 to 12 hours. Olympic 70.3 to an Ironman is 12 to 14 hours per week. And I don't know if these are just like for beginners or basic, but they also break it down like, hey, you need to be able to do this, you need to be able to do that, and they give samples. That sounds to be right on target of what you would coach to.
Yeah, again, all our plans, we are specific in the description of where we think an athlete should be in terms of training volume with swimming, biking, and running before they start the plan. A lot of athletes are above that, but they want to start lower anyways. Some athletes aren't quite there yet, so they give themselves time to get there before they start a plan. In my mind, obviously, if you can't swim yet, you need to learn how to swim before you start a training plan. And that's just my opinion. Yeah. There's a lot of athletes out there who sign up for a race like a 70.3 or 140.6 a year in advance, and then they come to me and they can't swim that well at all. And at least we have a year to get them there. But I always encourage athletes, make sure you know how to swim.
Yeah,
And sometimes signing up for a race motivates you to learn how to swim, and that's great.